Hi, so first of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and most of all, thank you for using our services. Today I'll be taking you through some exciting updates on Webship Plus. We have essentially quadrupled the amount of carriers that you have access to and made some exciting changes to the website itself. So on your screen, you'll be able to see the quote section. You're used to this section. One of the key changes that you will notice is if you're looking at the top left-hand corner where Webship Plus is and the tracking number, now there is a toggle there that says ship and freight. So at the moment we are in the ship window. The ship window is the section that you're used to using. It'll give you access to carriers such as Star Trek, FedEx, TNT, Direct Couriers and UPS. You would use the ship section for any international air shipments that you're doing, and domestically you would use it for everything from a satchel up to 3 or 4 pallets. When your freight kicks in is if you're looking at high-end expensive goods or sensitive goods, then you'd go to freight because you have access to cope on there. You'd also use freight if you're looking for competitive rates between the East Coast and the West Coast for pallet deliveries from B to B, because you'll have CTI, which is a very affordable option for B2B shipments to and from the East Coast and the West Coast. You would also check it if you had a residential delivery where you may need a tail lift, because you'll have access to Tas Freight and Northline, and they may be a better alternative to TNT when TNT's residential fees kick in. You'd also have access to Capital Transport, which is a great same-day carrier that does everything from boxes up to full truckloads for local deliveries. And also you'd be looking at using your freight carriers if you have items that are over 300 centimeters, maybe particularly heavy pallets, 800 kilos to a ton, or you're doing 4 plus pallets or even full truckloads. That's when your freight kicks in. So how do you get there? How do you get access to these new freight carriers? All you do is simply click on freight, and you'll see it's taking me to the freight screen now. So this screen, as you can see, you require similar information to what you'd be putting into your old ship screen. There are some key differences though. So one of the key benefits of the freight screen is that you can actually look up addresses. So if I go in and I start typing a new address in there, you'll see that it pre-populates that address, and I can simply click on it. Now, when you're doing your quote, you can't just put in the postcode and the city. You just simply have to search for the full address, and then it will pre-populate and you click on the relevant address. You also have access to your address book still within the freight screen. Then you'll just enter your details, so you'll select the packaging type, enter the weight, length, width and height, and the quantity. You can also add additional boxes, pallets, or cartons. So in here you could have a skid, and then on another line you may put a crate or a carton. Dangerous goods isn't available at the moment, but that will be available in the future. You can see here as well, one of the key benefits is you can see your total weight, total volume and total quantity in this screen. In terms of making sure you get accurate quotes, you can add additional information in. So here you've got everything from residential pickup to book-in required. One of the key things I will flag is from a tailgate perspective. If you use tailgate required, the system assumes that it is for delivery, and obviously pickup is for pickup. If you require both, tick both, then it is very important in your special instructions when you're doing your final part of the shipment that you write in tailgate required, so that the carrier knows that you need that. It's just an additional backup, as they have separate trucks for tailgate pickup and delivery. One of the final tips I'll give in terms of getting the most out of this system is when you want to get back to the ship section, you can just click back to the ship section and it'll take you back. But if you want to compare pricing and you're thinking, well, maybe I want to use TNT, but I'm not sure if it's going to be much cheaper to go to freight or it's going to be more competitive. To see the two screens, I recommend you just go into ship, you right click the tab at the top and say duplicate. Once you've done that, you can see you'll have the additional screen, and then you just click freight and you can toggle or go back and forth between the two screens. So instead of losing the information, you can have them both open, and you may put them on your separate monitors, and that'll allow you to compare the pricing between the different carriers within freight and ship. Hopefully this update has been useful. I will be making additional videos going into more detail around how to use the freight window and the freight carriers. Today is just a very quick update in terms of the changes we've made. Once again, we appreciate you using our services, and hopefully today has added some value and been useful. Thank you very much.